the happiest of Fridays to you. It's been a pretty nice day in the neighborhood. We've got some more favorable temperatures to come, but as we've known for several days now, they're going to take a dive and head back to closer to a wintry pattern, and even more so than what we thought 24 hours ago. I'll have your updated weather forecast in just a few moments. It's one of the biggest announcements in high school basketball here in the state of Kentucky, and McGoffin County's in on it this year, and we'll take you to that in just a few moments. It's hard to imagine, my apologies, cough, still here, over 2.5 months later. It's hard to imagine, but Martin Conley and Conley Racing are already back at it after a monumental record-setting legendary season last year. And they've got a whole new setup. Couldn't leave well enough alone. Let's just go a totally different direction. We'll check in with them. We'll check in on a host of other things as well. We'll start off by talking about cyber attacks. And while we usually don't do that here on Your News Today, it is how we'll start off tonight's program and how it has been affecting a number of people here in our area as well. I'll start with that and other news right after this. You've seen the forecast, right? You know what season it is, so it is time to get ready. With New Year deals that are worth up to $200 off a new set of tires, and get your car running like new with only a $35 state-of-the-art computer diagnosis, and save all the payments for later with 6 months same as cash at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. Sayersville National Bank hopes to help you start the new year with financial freedom and peace of mind. From new services like Apple and Google Pay with your debit card to their more than century of being dedicated to being your personal or business banking institution, they're here for you with digital, phone, or in-person banking at both locations.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Regardless of what season it is, you can always find fan favorites of the Ville, Salyersville, at the seasonal shop. For the dudes, Duke and Cannon, Turn Rose, and more. And always something for all the Hornet fans. And for all the ladies, it's always Wildcat season, and it all changes daily. That's why you always have to make a stop at the seasonal shop just next door to Fraser's Prater Drug Store. The best place for all your prescription, over-the-counter, and Radio Shack needs, with some of the very best hometown lunch specials and treats. They're a pair like you can find nowhere else but in Salyersville. Cooked cabbage is back at your Salyersville Lee's, and so is the low-carb plate. I mean, yes, you can call it a low-carb plate because it is. There's barely any carbs in it, but it's also one of the tastiest meals we've got. And the healthiest, low-carb or not. With juicy roast strips, our famous green beans, and yes, that tasty cooked cabbage. A taste and flavor all its own, and only at your Salyersville Lee's. So just this week, there was a nationwide report that I had read about the confirmation of suspected planned Chinese cyber attacks to try to cripple very important sectors of operations, government, and otherwise in the United States, and how that fear, of course, I think is pretty much always withstanding. And then earlier this week, AT&T cellular service was out for tens of thousands of customers, perhaps maybe even more, and there was fear, or at least some question as to whether or not it could have been related to a cyber attack, maybe solar flares. Well, neither of which is the case. AT&T has confirmed that the widespread outage to its network that affected much of the nation was caused by a technical difficulty. I can certainly sympathize with that, and not by a cyber attack, and that they have restored service as of this morning to about 75-80% of their customers after many were without service yesterday throughout much of the day. No texting, no talking, no service at all. It's just that SOS signal in the top right-hand corner of many of the phones on the network. An execution of an incorrect process used as they were expanding their network. The official explanation, not a cyber attack. The outage continued for several hours yesterday in the morning and afternoon. And of course, again, most everyone has since had their service put back into effect. And also, it had a bleed over, if you will, affecting Verizon, T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, other major carriers, just not as dramatic, but there was some carryover. Again, it was not a cyber attack nor a solar flare. However, the cyber attack is to blame for still ongoing problems for a lot of folks, maybe some of you, trying to get your prescriptions filled. Pharmacies all across the United States, including some here in Magoffin and Johnson counties, are having trouble, saying that they are having difficulty getting their prescriptions filled to patients because not necessarily getting the drugs, no, but the software that enables those prescriptions to be filled. Well, it was part of a cyber attack on Change Healthcare with processing prescriptions to insurance for tens and tens and tens of thousands of at least pharmacies nationwide was compromised. I spoke with Jesse Rudd of course, Parkway Pharmacy just a few moments ago before I sat down, and he confirmed, yes, it was a problem for them as well. Wednesday of this week. Yesterday, still some lingering effects. However, he was fortunate enough to have a vendor who was able to have a workaround patch that system, and they were able to get their prescriptions back online. He says Change Healthcare, though, is still down, and they are still having a great deal of problems getting a lot of their prescriptions processed. And that is greatly affecting pharmacies who only had the Change Healthcare software option. Rudd said, of course, he had another option, and that's how they were able to do a workaround, but it's still affecting a great deal of pharmacies nationwide. GoodRx, which offers discounts on prescriptions, it was disrupted, of course, which is a common part of pharmacy operations here in the viewing area. In its filing with the Securities Exchange and Commission, United Health said its cyber attack could have been sponsored by a group of hackers paid by a foreign country. It has said that the isolated attack happened, and they notified law enforcement immediately, and that's all that we know at this time. It's not time for sports, but it's time for a big story tonight. It's one of the biggest announcements in Kentucky high school basketball in this time of Magoffin County. Thanks to a young man who's been making headlines, well, not just all year long, but throughout much of his career. Thanks to he, we are now getting ready to embark on some serious postseason high school basketball along with the rest of his team, as well as the anticipation of the announcement of Mr. and Mrs. Kentucky High School basketball, as well as just becoming the 15th Region Player of the Year.
I'm Christy Thomas with the UK Sports Network, and welcome inside historic Rupp Arena, where we are going to announce the 2024 candidates for Mr. and Miss Kentucky basketball. It's a big day for the state of Kentucky and for a lot of high school seniors, as we're about to unveil who those people are and have a big celebration planned for them in March. In just a few short weeks, though, this court will be taken over by high school hoops, as the boys and girls Sweet 16 tournaments will happen right here. In the meantime, we want to tell you about two organizations that are responsible for this award, and those are the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches and the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation. The KABC Player of the Year for Region 15 is Magoffin County's Aiden Barnett. He's averaging an impressive 30 points per game for the Hornets this season. A big congratulations to our boys and girls candidates and KABC Players of the Year. A reminder, you only have 2 weeks to be sure to get those tickets so that you can join us at the Marriott Griffin Gate on March 17th at 5:30. We sure hope to see you there. And if not, make sure that you participate in the online auction, all of the money going to the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation for certainly a very good cause. Or you can join us and watch online, which we would certainly love for you to do that as well too. You can watch for updates on the Facebook page as well as online on our website as well too. So we sure hope to see you there. But in the meantime, we again have to say congratulations to all the candidates and a big thank you to the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation and to the KABC for sponsoring and putting on this award and for doing this ceremony. It is really such a special night.
Let's go to another sports related story and follow, at least if you will, via video and a little commentary, Conley Racing, which is down in Florida, Gainesville. Down in the swamp, testing and tuning for the past couple of days, getting ready to put a new setup on the track. They just couldn't leave well enough alone. I mean, last year they traveled through 13 states, over 11,000 miles, 10 races, 8 final rounds, 5 wins, 3 runners-up, 128 passes on a record of 41-5 in elimination rounds. They had 6 whole shot round wins, a class record at 4.49. That's 4.49 seconds, 156 miles an hour. And, of course, 2. They brought home both championships. and this is all one team built in a barn. And they're going to just start all over again with a new format. This one has a big turbo on it. It was a nitrous-fed beast last year. I don't have the specs. I know that it's been an all-hands and paws event getting this turbo car ready. And over the past couple of days, they have taken it to the Haltech Performance. I was trying to think of something cool to call it. Their dyno, their big hub dyno in Lexington where they go and tune with their friends. This is what that sounded like. I don't know, but I'm guessing that they probably made more than 500 horsepower on that pull. Just guessing, right? Yeah, we'll find out more about the setup. I reached out to Martin a few moments ago, and of course they were busy. Last time I checked on him, changing a torque converter. Every time I talk to him, whenever he's at a racetrack, they're changing torque converters. I think it's the one thing that always seems to get more of their time and attention than anything. But they did get it changed, and they did get one good pass under the new turbo setup, practicing in Bradenton, Florida, before heading over to Gainesville, where they're going to be going through eliminations, hopefully, this weekend. Now it's time for the calendar tonight, which has a bunch of birthdays and another special announcement. Starting off with a very happy 50th anniversary. Leanne called and said from a lot of friends. Pam and Thomas, happy anniversary to you both. Happy 50th anniversary to Pam and Thomas Green. And like I said, a bunch of birthdays. Happy belated birthday. This one called in today to Pauline Gardner from Hanson and Michael Rao. The happiest of birthdays to you, Pauline Gardner. Happy birthday. I'm not done. Happy birthday wishes also going out tonight to Gordon Roark from, again, Hanson and Michael Rao, who, along with friends and family, wanted to wish you the happiest of birthdays. So happy birthday, Gordon Roark. Happy birthday to you. There's always birthdays that are a little more important, I'm going to say it, than others, and Sweet 16's one of them. Happy 16th birthday this Saturday, tomorrow, to Hanson Roark of Mama and Papa and family and friends. The happiest of birthdays to you. This wasn't called in by me, but it's to my buddy, and I'm going to jump on this one as well. James Bailey, the James Bailey, Furniture James Bailey. The happiest of birthdays to you today, my friend. Happy birthday. Long list of folks who called and said, please wish James the best. And there it is. Happy birthday, James. We hope you've had a good one, my friend. I hope that you'll remember, as I remind you, about the McGoffin County Rescue Squad media auction. I mean, May the 2nd is going to be here in a flash, and there's very little time to try to get donations together, but squad members are doing that now. And also a reminder, they'll be out not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow in the downtown Sayersville area collecting donations under the red light if you can help. And that will do it for the calendar. Just a reminder, this is how you get announcements like that on the show. Funeral service announcements, however, follow tonight. A reminder, services will start Sunday at 1 for Louis Powers, 84 of Sayersville, who passed away on Tuesday at his home, survived by his sons David and James, as well as his daughter Carolyn Sturgill, 5 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren, and 2 very special family members. Again, services will be held Sunday at 1. Visitation will be tomorrow from 4 until 9 in the evening at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. The McGoffin County Funeral Home also tells me that services are being arranged right now and to be announced in honor of 86-year-old Ernie Franklin Howard of Brookville, Ohio, formerly of McGoffin County, who passed away yesterday at his home. And also 73-year-old Sharon Jenkins of Sayersville passed away earlier today at Baptist Health in Lexington. The wife of Tim Jenkins. Arrangements are still being made in her honor and to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Shepherd Band. Live in concert. Turn on My Diamonds Tour. March 7th. The Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. Tickets on sale now at People's Bank Box Office or MacArts.com. Don't miss the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band live.
There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of... All right, let's take a look at what's been happening, what is happening, and what's going to happen weather-wise, or at least what we think is going to happen. Topped out at 64 degrees today here at the studios. 58 right now, falling down to probably around 37 degrees tonight. I had a westerly wind at 4 miles per hour just a few moments ago. The biggest gust today I clocked at 15. Humidity down at 34%. We picked up almost 3/4 of an inch of rain, 0.67 inches during yesterday's event. Pretty good little rainfall. Sunrise 7:13 and sunset at 6:20, and we'll be able to add an hour onto that. Oh, just can't get here quick enough, can it? It's coming. And again, 37 degrees is coming tonight, and with that, mostly cloudy skies, nothing more than a light northwesterly wind. My apologies, I got that wrong. Shower chances actually don't make their way in till tomorrow morning, like 5, 6 in the a.m., and here's what's happening tomorrow. It's going to be an active day. We have showers before noon, snow showers likely. Why? Because we're going to bottom out at 37 tonight. We'll probably top up at around 42, 43 degrees in the morning, like around 10 a.m., and then we're going back in the other direction, and we should be back down to around 34 degrees for the rest of the day, which will be lower than tonight's low. And that's where we'll see the possible changeover if we have some precipitation around, and I believe we'll have enough to see a few flakes. I don't think there's going to be any type of accumulation, but don't be surprised to see a few flakes as we'll hit, again, 42 degrees early in the morning, and then that'll peak, and then we'll just start right back down to 34, hover there, fall down to 21 tomorrow night. 60% chance of rain or snow throughout all that, and winds out of the northwest at up to 18 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny and 55. Not too bad. Pretty nice day. Southwesterly winds up to 15 or 18 miles per hour. Dry. Shower chances don't roll back in until late Sunday night, close to midnight, and then into Monday, where we have 65 degrees, mostly sunny, and only a 20% chance of showers during the day, and 30% rather that night, a low of 51 degrees, so pretty decent temperatures Monday, followed by not quite 70, what we had hoped for, but close, 68 and 55 for your high and your low on Tuesday. But still, with that warm air, we're talking about more clouds and showers and possibly thunderstorms than not on your Tuesday. And there, it's a bit of a downhill slide, mostly cloudy skies, still a good shot of some showers and storms on your Wednesday, 63, and definitely not mid-50s for your nighttime lows Wednesday night. Yeah, we're 55 late Tuesday night and into your Wednesday. We'll be below freezing by Wednesday night and struggle to get to above 50, but maybe a degree or two Thursday at 52, mostly sunny and a 30% chance of showers. Friday of this time next week, 56, 35, a little sun and a little chance of showers. That's it. That's a wrap. The Montgomery County Lady Hornets and Hornets are having a doubleheader here tonight. This is it. This is the last game of the regular season. As I've been telling you now for days, 57th District Tournament play starts Monday of next week at Martin County. So tonight is the last night to see the Lady Hornets and the Hornets here at home. And, of course, the last regular season game for Mr. Aiden Barnett as he continues to add to his already overwhelming tally that has put him into the all-time scoring leaders position for the Montgomery County High School. Come out and see this young man play tonight. Couldn't spend this evening any other way. I promise you that you would enjoy any more. And I'll see you back here Monday. Thank you for watching.